Mountains Come to the Helix, Part 4. You want to see how I got to this point? Watch this video. Coming right up. Talk to you guys later. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to BNSS 6951, a Vinny Vid Productions video. Hi, I'm Vinny and I will be your host. The content you'll find on this channel would be layout run obsessions, layout updates, tips, tricks, and techniques on scratch builds, kit and kit bashing, how-tos, live streams, and some rail fanning. Then please consider to hit that subscribe button. And after you hit that subscribe button, please hit that bell. This way you'll get notified every time I do an upload video or a scratch build or a live stream. Finally, if you can give me one of those, I would really appreciate it because that would help my analytics with YouTube. If you enjoy all of this stuff, then let's get on with this video. We'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm going to show you what I've accomplished up to this point. It's about a week later after this, and as you can see I've got the rocks pretty much done, and I got color up here and go around. Wow, I didn't realize so much shadows. So the rock formation and first color is on the mountains. Dave was here today, and he did his part with this mountain right here. He did a really nice job on it. That'll get paint and ground cover also. Anyhow, today I'm going to show you, or I'm going to start this video, which will be Mountains Come to the Helix, Part 4. And I'm going to show you how to put ground cover on vertical surfaces. Anyhow, if you're interested in seeing how that's done, stay tuned. Be right back. Alright guys, what you're going to need to do this project is a piece of styrene, like I have right here. You're going to need your ground cover, and I have it spread out on the styrene. You're going to need a straw or a tube. This is a 3/16 inch diameter tube. And you're going to need a spritzer bottle with water. Anyhow, to do this, and I am going to stress, when you start doing this, do not inhale with the straw on top of the dirt, because you will get a mouthful of dirt. Trust me, I've done it. Anyhow, what we're going to do is, first of all, we will go ahead and give this a little wetness, and then we'll just take our straw and our ground cover and just gently, let's see if I can get this out of the way, just gently blow on this. And as you can see, we got ground cover. Like I say, I really stress the fact is, if you're going to inhale, move your mouth away. I'm going to get this little section right here. And that's all it is. I'm going to continue that all the way around. I'm not going to bore you guys by showing you, but you got the idea of how it's done, so we'll continue on. We'll be back in a little bit. Alright, I'm also going to add a little bit of color. What I have on here now is some yellow grass. I'm just going to do something just around a little bit, and then I'll get some darker grass and so on and so forth. We'll go ahead and do this right now. Wait, you know what? I didn't even wet it. Oh no, I don't have to wet it. That's right. Duh. Just a little bit to give it a hint of color. And I'm going to do the same thing with a darker green. Stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright, now I got a little bit of green grass on here, and I might even attempt to do a little bit of static grass on here. That all depends on if I can do it or not. Anyway, I'm going to spritz this from really far away. Come on. Alright, and now I'm going to go ahead and add my green grass. I think I'll add a little bit more to that. And I am using Woodland Scenics, some ground cover from Woodland Scenics. I'm not going to put too much grass up there because I'm probably going to put some bushes and stuff. Alright, let's see, put some more back here maybe. There you go. 1, 2, 3. We got color, and we got all kinds of good stuff going on. Now, I do not want this to be on the rocks, so I will just gently brush it away. Now, I may take some bush type material and put it in some of the cracks on the rocks, but I definitely do not want any grass on the rocks. Anyhow, that's how we're going to do some more scenery on this mountain. So stay tuned and we will be back shortly. Alright guys, let's take a walk around and see what it looks like with the ground cover on it. As you can see, I already got all of this done up here. Let's start to add some little bushes around. That'll be the next step on this. And so we'll come around here. Back up. Oops, sorry. Lots of cleanup to do. And I don't know why I'm getting so many shadows all of a sudden. It's hard for me to walk around here because my eyelids are very small. But as you can see, got all of this all done. All the way under there. Next step is going to be paint this guy and put some ground cover on him. And then we'll do a cleanup and we'll see what all of this is going to look like. So with all that being said, stay tuned and we'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, I'm going to start adding some foliage on here, and what I'm going to try and do is actually put some foliage in some of the cracks on the rocks, because I'm sure that that's possible. I mean, because these rocks are cracked and split, right? So there's got to be dirt between them and so on and so forth. I'm going to be using this Woodland Scenics. Apparently it's a new product. A lot of the stuff that I'm using for my scenery has been donated to me by Mr. Marty from M&M Shortlines. This is bushes clump foliage, and it's a medium green. So anyhow, what I'm going to do basically is with a pair of tweezers, I'm just going to go ahead and do some really tiny pieces. And I have a cup of white glue here. Well, it's not full, it's just down at the bottom. I'm going to dip this little guy in the glue, and I'm just going to find a spot for it to sit in. And I know I got to use my fingers to get it to stay there. I need to get them up a little bit. Yeah. So basically, and then I'm going to put some larger clumps up here. I don't know if that's going to be prototypical. I mean, I don't know if stuff grows on vertical like that, but I'm going to do it. So anyhow, we'll take a bigger clump right now. Same thing, we'll just dip it in the glue and just find a place to put them. I'll put a couple of them along the rock edge right there. And I'll do this around the entire upper section here. I'm trying to keep my videos under 20 minutes. So hope you guys are enjoying that. new way I'm doing stuff. I'm gonna hold off on my premiere videos for a while, because I did enjoy doing them. But anyhow, that's too much of a straight line. I gotta break that up a little bit. So grab another little piece right here. Trick is get a lot of glue on the foliage, because you are sticking this to other ground cover. There we go. And there's one more down here, and maybe another couple up on the top. See, the top you're really not going to see, because like I've been telling you guys, there'll be a fascia on here that's going to be half on the top here with about an inch. I could do some scenery up here, and then the rest will be a fascia here. I am going to put LED strip lighting under here, because I noticed that it's really dark in some areas. So yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. I have some left over from when I converted to the lights that I have on the layout right now. So I have saved them. So I'm going to put it up here anyhow. Alright guys, I decided I was not going to put any of those bushes up on here. I'm actually going to put some more cactus up there to give this all of this a desert scene. But you can see that I did add some static grass on here, all along here and all along the inside. And we did this all the way around. And in case you guys are wondering what those T-pins are, this is where my telephone poles are going to be, or utility poles, whatever you want to call them. But as you can see, I got this static grass going all the way around to this side here. And when I put the telephone poles in, I will show you how I measure them. Anyhow, this is the piece that Dave was working on. I went ahead and finished it. As you can see, I got a lot of stuff on top of there. And this here, I might at a later point do some rock molds here also. Anyhow, this is what it looks like so far. And I think that's looking really good. Anyhow, let me go ahead and get the telephone poles ready, and we'll go ahead and install those. So stay tuned, and we will be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do on the mountains come to the helix is we're going to start putting some other kind of scenery on here, and this scenery is going to be these utility poles. Now what I like about these utility poles, and I bought a bunch of these a long time ago, and I prepared them as I need them. Anyhow, these here are totally flexible. Watch this. Is that cool or what? Look at that bend. And let it go, and with a little help, it'll go back to straight. So anyhow, these are painted in kind of like a, I don't know, I'm not really happy with the color paint, and there's a little bit of gloss on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out to my garage, and I'm going to spray them up with this Rust-Oleum Espresso. And then I'll show you what we're going to do after that. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, as you can see, I have them all painted now in that espresso color. And so now I'm just going to add a little bit of weathering to these poles. They're not 100% dry yet, they're still a little tacky, so that means that what I put on here will stick a little bit better. And I just have a small container of, this is like a medium gray. So I'm just going to brush on here. Kind of like a dry brush. I'll dip it in there, and I'll get a lot of it off, and I'll put a little bit on that towel right there, and we'll do this, and then we'll flip it over, and we'll do that. Just get a good coating on it. But then what you're going to do is, if you see that there's too much on there, like I think this one has a little bit too much on it, just take my fingers, just rub it down just like that, and just across the top like that. And there you go. We have a weathered utility pole. I will spread these up with some clear flat finish, So anyhow, I'm going to continue and do at least 12 of these to get them ready to go on the Mountains Come to Helix Part 4. Anyhow, stay tuned and we will be back in a little while. Alright guys, I have finished this project so far, and as you can see, there's quite a difference between the way they come out of the bag and to what I have accomplished doing them right now. And you can see when I plant these in the earth back on the layout, I will weather a little bit more down on the bottoms of these just to give it a little bit more detail. But anyhow, as you can see, big difference between this and that. Also, I wanted to show you that I am an avid user. I must have about probably 50 more in this little bag right here. I will put the store down here, the eBay store's name down here, if you N-scale guys who might want to be interested in buying these telephone poles. You get 12 of them for $250. You can't go wrong for that price. I mean, come on guys. And especially because they're so flexible, you can put them on your layout. If somebody hits it, you don't have to worry about them snapping or breaking or anything like that. I don't get paid to say any of that. I just like these telephone poles or utility poles, whatever you want to call them. Anyhow, we'll get these on the layout and we'll see how it looks. So stay tuned and we will be back shortly. Alright guys, now that I have my telephone poles or utility poles, whatever you'd like to call them, installed, they're not glued in, they're just laying in there right now. I want to show you this product that again was given to me by Marty of M&M Short Lines. It's this easy line. Now I'm not going to do this today, but eventually this line will get strung between all the power poles that I have going on here. Next thing is I want to show you how I measured to get an equal amount of different distance between all of these guys. And what I did was I took two 50-foot box cars and I started here and then I went to here, so that's 100 feet or 100 plus with the couples and everything, and then I just moved him down. Oops, stay still. Get this out of the way. And then I would just move him down like that and put the next one in, and so on and so forth all the way down. You gotta remember, this is my helix, so there is a grade right there, so I got something holding it. Anyhow, let's take a trip around the layout and see what we got going on here. Eventually I'll be adding a lot more bushes and cactus and all kinds of stuff like that, so we'll have to see how that all works out. Anyhow, with all that being said, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSS 6951